What is up, everybody? Today we got something cool for you. I got a JCM900 and a VTM60. We're gonna shoot these out and see which one's the better one for you. All right, one thing I've kind of noticed on this YouTube stuff, all the YouTubers are sitting down. I'd like to stand up and get right in your face. Today we're going to be playing this G&L. It's a ASAT. I've actually changed it out to have all this little gold hardware and stuff. Who doesn't love black and gold? And this is stock except for the hardware changes that I made on it. So, things about the amps. The JCM900 is modded. The way it's modded is we have the clipping diodes bypassed on this. This is a 4100 dual reverb. So this one had that notorious, like pedal distortion on board, and it just did not mesh well with me. Some people love it. I particularly didn't, because I'm a tube guy. I like tube saturation. So I modded, or I didn't mod it, Acorn Amps modded it for me, Bill Waters over at Acorns, and we bypassed that clipping diode. So now it's using straight tube. And personally, I think it's night and day. It sounds badass. So the VTM, I guess it was Peavey's version of the JCM900 modded. Now, this one is not modded, but since it has these dip switches, we can basically mod this stuff. And so where we're going to start, so everything is going to be noon for the EQ. Now this is the metal channel. I'll try to keep the dad riffs to a minimum. If I don't have enough gain, I can't really do some death metal riffs here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over channel B on the JCM900. And we're going to use that to compare to the VTM60. And we're in the high gain input on the VTM. All right, let's check this stuff out. So what we got going is we got the attenuator running on both of these through this amp selector. When I have it on 3, we're on the JCM900. When I have it on 1, we are on the VTM60. All right, so let's check this out and see what this sounds like on Unity. All right, so VTM60. Not enough gain for that yet. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to JCM900. All right, definitely a lot more gain. We are on channel B, so I kind of expect that. All right, let's go back to the VTM. All right, so now let's go ahead and start messing with the dip switches on the VTM60. We're going to go ahead, since we're comparing gain, we're going to go ahead and flip the first switch on the VTM60, dip switch gain 1. So let's see what that sounds like. It's getting there. Let's go ahead and do gain 2. Now we're talking. All right, let's go to the JCM900 again. All right, I feel like the JCM900 is a little dark. The VTM at Unity sounds a lot brighter and has much more of a country twang to it. So let's go back and see if we can mess with the JCM900, because that definitely sounds a little too dark for me. All right, let's go ahead and move the presence up to about 3 o'clock. See what that sounds like. That sounds really cool. Let's go ahead and move the mids up a little bit and the treble. All right, that's closer. Man, this VTM has this really cool twang to it that, you know, boosted, it just adds more punch and power to it, I think. So let's keep on going. So there is a compressor switch on the VTM60. So let's go ahead and engage that. The volume is going to go down because it's just squashing that signal. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, that's engaged. So let's see how far down it went. All right, so now it's actually getting to that metal territory. Still twangy, which I'm okay with. JCM900. It's not metal territory, but it's definitely AC/DC. That just sounds awesome. And let's go back to the VTM because the level went down on that one. Bring the level back down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That sounds awesome. I love that. All right, so now let's give the JCM a little more gain here. Let's go 3 o'clock with it. All right. Oh man, that is heavy. Cool. So now we're in the gain territory that the VTM's at. Man, that sounds heavy. So we're still on the twang with the VTM. Let's go ahead and mess with the other switches. Let's go ahead and drop the compression. Bring the level back down. All right, compression's off. Let's bring in the low. All right, let's check our levels. All right, sounds good. So we went ahead and gauged the low switch on there. As you can see, the gain isn't as strong. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go back and use the compression because we're trying to do metal here. And I'm trying to not do the dad riffs, but that's what's coming out when I hear this. So back on the compression. Bring the level back up. All right, cool. JCM. Man, it is hard to choose which one I like. Man, that sounds awesome. All right, let's go ahead, cut back some of the mids because I'm metal and I like scooped mids. VTM. All right, let's do the dip switch. We're gonna go low 2, and let's see what that sounds like. I don't hear much of a difference. Let's go ahead and put the mid up. Okay, that definitely put it forward. JCM. Let's see if the JCM can do that. Let's push the mids all the way to 3. Back to VTM. So the VTM is definitely brighter so far. Playing it live, you know, we haven't even started messing with the EQ on the actual board here. We just messing with the dip switch. That was the JCM. This is the VTM. Man, these are really like close. It's hard to tell which one is better. I think at this point it's basically which one can you find cheaper. And I had mine modded, my Marshall. And it's really hard to say. So let's keep on going. Let's go ahead and bring up the highs. I don't know that we need that, but let's see what that sounds like. All right, go back to JCM. All right, let's go ahead and bring treble up, presence up, and mid back a little bit more. Ah, now that sounds like the VTM. Awesome. VTM. Okay, so now let's go ahead and bring the VTM's gain up. So it's at 5 right now. We'll go 3 o'clock with it. Ah, man. Okay, so it's starting to flub out on me. So let's go ahead and bring that back a little bit. Okay, I'm noticing the VTM would definitely benefit from a boost. So it's like right on the edge of where there's too much gain, it just starts getting flubby. So back to the JCM. Now I love that. That right there, that's the tone. That's the tone I love. Sick. Okay, so let's go back to the VTM. This would be a good section to go ahead and mess with the EQ. So let's see what the mids. The highs. Lows. Which doesn't do that much. Well, actually, let's go ahead and kill the lows here and there. And let's play with it then. Definitely thrash. Okay, I think it needs those switches. So let's bring that back. Let's just do one of them. Just to compare, JCM. To VTM. I mean, if you're gonna play some like Quiet Riot or, you know, some Twisted Sister, go all the way for this VTM stock. Sounds great. I am gonna put that low switch back on. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a Soul Food Overdrive and we're going to boost each of these and see what they sound like. Let's give it a shot. We'll start off with the VTM. Let's go ahead and bring that back down just a little bit. Oh, that sounds awesome. Actually, it's too high. Bring that back down. Bring in some more bass. Cut the mids a little bit. Let's bring the presence up. That's awesome. Cool. That's probably where I'd keep it for the VTM60 with the overdrive. All right, let's go back to the JCM900 and with the overdrive. So let's see what that sounds like. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. VTM. Cool. man, there's just so much more chunk to the 900 here. It may not translate very well on the recording, but it's just, there's character. Where the VTM, it just sounds like it's a pedal. Let's see if we can catch that. All right, that's it. What do you guys think? I think it's hard to say. I have to go back and listen to this stuff and see which one actually sounds better. Let's go ahead and do some final thoughts on this. What do you think? It's hard for me to say. I can say that the VTM60 is definitely higher registered. The JCM900 is definitely a darker amp, but I feel like that's better in the long run if you're playing live with this stuff. Just, you know, when you start playing live, those higher registers really do more hurt than anything. So I'd say, oh, I can't decide. They're both really awesome, and the fact that Peavey came up with something that is, you know, pretty close to the JCM900 and have those little dip switches to kind of change it up, I think that's great. I did have to mod my 900 to bypass the clipping diodes, so I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Tell me what you think. I love both of them, but I'll stick with my JCM900. You can't have that one. Peace. DMD out.